Good afternoon, everybody. It's David Schlotthauer here. We are tracking a very explosive bombing cyclone right now that is right off the coast of California. This is a very serious system, to say the least. We just got reports that there are velocities right off the coast of Half Moon Bay and Santa Cruz in California that have winds over 50 to 60 miles an hour. This is a very strong system that is bringing serious winds right now and some pretty intense rainfall already to Santa Cruz. In fact, if we go to Doppler radar, there is already velocities that are extremely strong. We are going right to live observations. And yeah, right here, look at these winds. Gusting to 39, gusting to 45 there in East Morrissey. If we go to WC Cliff, gusts up to 45 miles an hour from the south. So we're talking about damaging winds right now that are occurring in the Santa Cruz metro area, Live Oak. If you're in Capitola, you know where this is. Very strong winds that are ongoing. Part of a vortex that is rotating around the system. And if we go to our velocities right now, we have 82 to about 100 mile an hour velocities, and these are not very high, roughly about 2 to 3,000 feet above the surface. So we're talking about some damaging winds right now that are occurring. Now there's another mesovort that is going around here around the parent circuit. Well, this is the more intense one over here, but there's another circulation off it to its west. And this one's pretty far offshore and not generating as strong of winds. It is this circulation now moving over Santa Cruz that has some very strong velocities, very strong winds that are that are reaching in excess of 40 plus miles an hour. In fact, if we go right over to the National Weather Service, let's look at some of their observations and let's see what we got. Yeah, we got gusts up to 46 miles an hour. Earlier, it was up to 50. So we're going to keep an eye on these weather stations right here. But recently, winds have really picked up explosively, and the pressure has dropped a little bit in response to those wind increase over the Santa Cruz area. So this is a very strong system, to say the least. Air pressure here, where on my weather station, has also dropped very quickly, down all the way to 29.35 inches in mercury. So the barometer has fallen to record levels that we have not seen in over 50 plus years in my neck of the woods. And this is going to relate to some pretty strong winds, and we're already starting to see those winds pick up. In fact, if I blow up the image just a little bit more, we can see, let's kind of make this a little bit bigger so you all can see. Take note of those clouds. Earlier, we had a north wind. Winds are actually shifting and blowing out of the south-southeasterly direction. Look how strong these winds are. Came in on time. We were expecting these winds to be a big deal right around about the 12:30 to 1 o'clock hour. They're going to get a lot stronger than this as we get that low-level jet that pumps in across the area, as we get the southeastern quadrant of this low-pressure center that has already caused a lot of problems. So we're going to see the winds really amp up in the next hour or so, and we're still expecting gusts over 60 miles an hour once that occurs. Yeah, 60 mile an hour wind gusts. So yes, the live stream might go out unexpectedly, and you can blame the electricity going out for that if it does occur. So yes, winds now gusting up to 22 on my weather station, but we're keeping an eye on Texas West, which is to my east. 41 mile an hour wind gusts are already being reported with this storm system. So look at the big wind increase. I mean, there was no wind earlier, and boom, it just blew up the winds. So definitely some intense winds, and these are going to get more stronger. 60 mile an hour wind gusts now just reported at the McCliff or WC Cliff station. So we are getting some very intense wind gusts already associated with this. Look at that, 45 now up to 60 miles an hour already on that station. Very strong winds. I mean, this is a very powerful system rotating through the area. Let's see, and let's take a look at our rainfall. This is going to be very important. Let's take a look at this. Oh, there's a severe thunderstorm warning, by the way. Funny enough, there's no lightning strikes with it, but we were seeing gusts over 80 miles an hour. Source, radar indicated and observations at Monterey Regional Airport of 59 miles an hour. These winds are expected to intensify down to the surface over the next hour. So, a severe thunderstorm warning for 80-mile-an-hour winds. That is a destructive warning, folks. That is a destructive warning. And already we got the low-level center over Davenport already in California. This is literally like a hurricane because we have a very well-defined eye wall surrounding this. I know people are going to say, what do you mean it's a hurricane? It's not a hurricane. Stop hyping this up. It is something like that, okay? Because you got the well-defined eye wall structure over Santa Cruz right now. It is more of an extratropical cyclone in a way. It's bringing in some moisture, so it's kind of extratropical in a way in my sense. Maybe you don't agree with me on that, but if we look at Doppler radar here, we can clearly see a well-defined eye wall that is moving into the Santa Cruz Scotts Valley area, swatting Boulder Creek, getting the other end of the eye wall. You're getting actually offshore wind right here, and then you're getting onshore wind in the Santa Cruz area. This indicates the system is very defined, very intense, and this is going to be moving into the Sunnyvale area as this low-level center, as we play this through. Again, as we switch this, and it's not loading, there we go. So we can see there is the low-level center right here, and it is rotating, and it's going to rotate over San Mateo. Now, the primary low is right here. Interestingly enough, we'll see if that actually intensifies a little bit more further. But right now, the main big culprit here is the damaging winds over Santa Cruz because of this eye wall future that is rotating around the main center, which is off the coast of Pescadero, San Giorgio, near Half Moon Bay. So if you are in the San Jose area, you're probably getting more easterly winds. If you're in San Francisco, you're getting more northeasterly winds, but don't be fooled. Once this center rotates, you're going to get some damaging southerly winds, especially though right now being reported in Monterey, getting damaging winds with that high wind warning that is already in effect. No, there is no storm surge warnings. There is no hurricane warnings by any means at all. This is not a hurricane. It is almost like that because we have that eye wall future that is shaping up. All right, and that's what we're really going to monitor on. How is this going to interact? We're seeing pressure drops in our area at 993 millibars, which is roughly the equivalent of about, let's go here, 30.34 inches. So the barometer has really fallen very quickly, and we're going to see on how low this is going to get. But latest expectations are for the barometer to bottom out at about 29.28 inches by about 1 to 2 p.m. this afternoon, and that's when we're going to get the lowest pressure with this cyclone. Not just the lowest, but the lowest ever recorded on my weather station. You don't see that very often, and nor do you want to ever hear about record low pressure in the entirety. So that's what the models are indicating, and if we run this through on the HRRR model, it's not doing a very good job with this mesovort that is going over the area, over Davenport, but it does have pressures that are down there to the 29.15 inch mark, and maybe some more deepening might take place today. Let's go over here. Yeah, some deepening is still possible as the center gets closer to San Francisco. My earliest thinking is that the lowest pressure is anticipated over Moss Beach, Half Moon Bay, and San Francisco at 29.17 inches. Now, earlier expectations from yesterday were indicating that this could get down to 28 inches. That would be very low, much lower than this, of course, but it's low enough, okay? You don't want to have pressures this low because that means the surface low is very strong, it is intense, and we can see it on satellite with what appears to be like a mini eye-like future right here. Very impressive to see that. I mean, you don't get that very often. Okay, so we have a little bit of an eye-like feature that is definitely apparent here over Santa Cruz. The second eye feature, the main system, is to its north west. But boy, strong winds are rotating around this. So in the Central Valley, we're getting gusts between 40 and 50 miles an hour. That will continue to surge northward as we get the low-level jet speed increase. So right now, if we go back to the Cliff Station, gusts up to 59 miles an hour still. So some pretty intense wind gusts, damaging, in fact. And this is already rotating, already in the Santa Cruz area. So this is going to be impacting San Jose here shortly. So while winds are very weak now, don't be surprised. Those winds will get destructive in the next 30 minutes or so. We're keeping an eye on the winds in the valley. Right now, they are not very strong. They're still very strong to the south. We should start seeing these winds mix northwestward into the Stockton area. We're already seeing boundary layer heating in association with these winds. So if you're in Sacramento, it is very strong wind gusts there. So if you're in Sacramento, wind gusts or temperatures right now about 50 degrees because you're getting a north flow. You're getting cooler air from the north streaming into the system. That's why the system is able to deepen still. But down to the south here where we're getting warmer air, where we have had sun breaks down further south, this has allowed temperatures to warm into the low 60s. So some warmer temperatures along to go with those strong winds that are causing a lot of problems. Okay, we have winds further south that are pretty strong too, gusting at 23 and 30 miles an hour. In 5 points near Fresno, we have gusts up to 41 miles an hour. So some pretty intense wind gusts going on at the moment, and we're going to really watch the trends closely for any new updates. 42 now at Texas West. So winds are definitely jumping up very, very quickly, and we will just see on how this all pans out. Okay, new severe thunderstorm warning now issued. Again, new severe thunderstorm warning for Santa Cruz. We're getting gusts up to 80 miles an hour. We're getting winds up to 59. Some of the radar observations and surface observations, and that 59 was confirmed right there. The WC Cliff, that is a Davis Vantage Pro 2 weather station. So that is a verified wind gust of 59 miles an hour. So really, really strong winds. I mean, this is really a big problem. So right now, if you are downstream of this, Glenwood, Holy City, please take shelter immediately. Now, there's not going to be thunder with this necessarily, no lightning, but with heavy rainfall like this, it is considered a severe thunderstorm warning. So you need to take shelter. Just because you don't hear thunder or see lightning does not mean this is not a severe thunderstorm warning at all. Please take shelter. You are talking about serious wind damage with this. Considerable damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles. Extensive tree damage and power outages are likely associated with this. All right. This is where a new focus of the Vormax is being indicated. So really, really strong, possibly 90 plus mile an hour winds over Boulder Creek and Scotts Valley, Glenwood. You really need to take this seriously. This is a destructive, severe thunderstorm warning. We have a couple of them right now, including a special marine statement ongoing. This is a very, very dangerous situation. You need to take shelter immediately on the lowest floor of a sturdy building, as we are seeing velocities on this that are pretty significant. If we actually look at that, 60 to 70 mile an hour velocities on Doppler radar, which indicate that this is a very strong system. We also have velocities here at 60, even 70 miles an hour. So we're starting to see this low-level center over here intensify a little bit more. And we'll see on how that relates later on. But boy, those winds are definitely strengthening in my area. Let's actually lower the exposure so you guys can see that more better. So really, really strong winds right now. As you can see, let's kind of blow the image up a little bit. They're going to get stronger for my area. We're getting gusts already up to 30 miles an hour in my area. and they're going to hit 50 to 60 miles an hour. Already in Merced, gusts up to 46 miles an hour have been reported. Further south, it's definitely strong. So we're starting to see things really amp up here across the Stockton and Riverbank area. And that was a loud wind gust. By the way, the pressure here is super low. I've mentioned this already. We have the barometric pressure is 29.29. But of course, the higher you go up, the lower the pressure is going to be. So I'm upstairs about 12 feet above the, or about 15 feet above the ground. So of course, the pressure is going to be a little lower than on my weather station downstairs, where it's measuring a little higher pressure. But either way, it is very, very low right now. The lowest pressure I have ever recorded on my Davis weather station. I mean, 29.30 inches right now. 30 sharp, which is very, very low. You don't see that very often. So we're going to keep an eye on this. There is no more rain coming across the valley right now, so skies should be clearing. Actually, a nice day, other than we're going to see damaging winds associated with this system. All right, I'll be right back in just a second. Okay, I am back. So we're really keeping an eye on this weather system very closely over Modesto, Merced. Strong winds coming into the area right now. Oh my goodness, Cliff is getting serious gusts up to 53 miles an hour, now out of the west-southwest. So that clearly indicates there was a mesovort that went over the area. Really strong winds right now. Serious winds there in W Cliff. In other words, it's a Davis weather station. So we are seeing some big time winds. Pressures have bottomed out there at 29.29 inches. I think it's a little lower than that, I'm sure. Over Diane Davis, another Davis weather station there, indicating pressures are down at 29.19 inches. So the pressure is even lower there, indicating that this surface low down to the south is not the main culprit here of the stronger system. It's right off the coast, and you could really see that swirl motion, really a strong swirl motion, an indication that we have a strengthening system here. It's a little bit more defined. If we look at our velocities, still about 60 miles an hour. So we're going to see how this mixes northward and how these observations are going to be taken closely as that week, or that kind of, that's going to kind of fill in, but that is an eye. What's up, Damien? How are you? What's up, Alex Miller? What's up, Keith Evans? What's up, Underground Thomas? How are you? What's up, Diane? What's up, Dave Martz? How are you? Storm Chaser, Mario Smith, John, how are you? Yeah, we have 2 destructive severe thunderstorm warnings in California. I mean, we've had just everything this year. Tornado warnings. We had a very strong supercell near Fresno about a week and a half ago, if you guys remember that one, or almost 2 weeks ago. And now we're looking at destructive severe thunderstorm warnings. You don't see that very often. So that just goes to show you that you are in a serious situation in Santa Cruz. Man, that is some really heavy rainfall that is coming down. It should be named. It should be named. It really should. We will see, though. I don't think it's going to get named. It's not... It. I mean, if I was a National Hurricane Center, I would probably name it. Man, that is some strong, that was a strong wind gust. Man, that rumbled the house a little bit. And that low is definitely intensifying. You can see it right here. Man, big time winds. Big time winds out of my out. 38-mile-an-hour wind gust we just got. So some really strong winds. Let's take a look. Wow. Dang, this is a very strong system. Dang. Man, it is really getting stormy out there. Yeah, I'm really watching those winds. Yeah, that has two low pressure systems. Exactly. So let me kind of narrow this down so you guys can see radar again. Yeah, this has two really intense lows right here. Satellite Fujiwara effect going on in the Santa Cruz area, which makes the models have a hard time pinpointing exactly how this is all going to evolve. The models think this one to the west is going to get stronger and dominate and become the new one that is going to eventually rotate probably around in the Santa Cruz and San Jose area. But 53-mile-an-hour wind gusts, that is crazy strong right now. Yeah, our winds now up to 20 miles an hour on average. Temperature 58 degrees outside, so it is definitely warmer than it was. And there it is. Look at the big shoot up with the temperature. I mean, huge jump up. Texas West getting 58 degrees and wind gusts, let's see there, up to almost 50 miles an hour. And this is a nasty system. Yeah, so Texas West, 47 miles an hour. Milton, not as strong. It's about to get really destructive here. Once this wind max kind of rotates into our area. 60-mile-an-hour wind gust. Oh my gosh. 60-mile-an-hour wind gust in Santa Cruz right now. From the southerly direction. Super strong winds going on. Yeah, this is very, very strong right now. So we're going to just see how this is all going to pan out within the next hour. Well, we're expecting to get gusts over 60, or over, yeah, about 50 to 60 miles an hour. Okay, come on. Why are my observations not working? Don't tell me my internet is out. Come on. I just started streaming and my internet may be out. It's not loading. There we go. Should be loading now. Yeah, 52-mile-an-hour wind gust at the Coyote Ridge Road, according to the National Weather Service. We're already getting gusts up to 36 now in Stockton. 30-mile-an-hour sustained winds in Stockton. Wow. I might have to go outside and take video, you guys, in a little bit here, if the winds get stronger. Yeah, my internet may go out, folks. So don't freak out if my stream just goes out, because that's what might end up happening. Man, that is very strong. Jeez Louise. Yeah, this is the latest look at our winds right now. Gonna be very strong. I still think the HRRR is not... think it's underdoing the winds a little bit. See what the NAM shows. Yeah, look at that. We got 30-mile-an-hour winds on this at 5 p.m. Strange enough, it's lagging behind, though, with the arrival time of these winds, though, on the NAM. It'll be interesting to see how this pans out. But wow, serious winds on that surface low. How are you all doing, though? If you guys are new, welcome to the stream. We're tracking this. Hopefully my power stays up and running, or it's game over for me. The stream is gonna go out if the power goes out, or if the internet goes out and the power stays on. Wow, that was a strong wind gust. It's 36-mile-an-hour wind gust. So yeah, 36-mile-an-hour wind gust, 35 at Texas West. Gonna watch these winds. They are definitely picking up. It's such a nice day. The skies are actually brighter than they were earlier. That wind is such a big problem. I'm gonna see if we can get down branches and stuff. Our branches break off of those coastal redwoods. Hopefully they don't. That would be really bad, but if they do, I'm gonna get some damage on stream. So we should get a new update on the W Cliff station. We're gonna watch the station at Diane Davis. Now, even so, the NAM does not indicate winds will be that strong. If we look at the HRRR, it doesn't want gusts in the 50s, but I'm disagreeing with that. I think we might get gusts near 50, especially in the next couple of hours. As we can see here, as the winds come on the backside around the trough, of low pressure. If we take a look here at our pressure forecast, lowest pressure is occurring right now. And this is going to slowly fill in overnight once this kind of dissipates. I am in the Central Valley, Lori Martin. Yes, I am. What's a B3 burner? Yeah, don't let sunny skies fool you. Agreed. It's already 60 degrees outside here. So glad it has warmed up here in the south. And that was a strong wind gust. Now, if it gets a little stronger, I might have to... I'll keep the stream going, but I'm going to have to do some footage. To get stronger. Man, it is such a strange day. But yeah, this is where what we're seeing. There's that low pressure really filling in quickly, and this low is strengthening. You could already see that happening. Right here kind of fell apart. Now it looks like it's strengthening. And that wind is getting strong quick. Ooh, there's a big wind gust. Oh my gosh. That is very nasty. Sorry, I'm distracted. This is what you get when we get a big storm like this. Or this is what I get when I get a big storm. You know what? I'm going to take video outside. You guys watch Radar. I'm sorry. I'm going to interrupt the stream. It's being dangerous. Okay, I'm back, you guys. Just keeping an eye on things. Did some video. We'll see if it gets stronger. She got 40-mile-an-hour wind gust at 119, so huge wind gust there. Huge wind gust. Let's see if we got any stronger winds on the Texas West. We have not gotten anything over 50 yet. System is really trying to get stronger, though. The Vort Max is over San Jose. See with what we have. Actually, it's not super strong in San Jose by any means. Actually, we do have a weather station that got 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Just going to have to see if this mixes further northward. You missed me? Yeah, sorry. I'm triple tasking. I'm doing getting some wind footage at the same time doing a live stream. I knew this was going to actually happen, so... "55-mile-an-hour wind gusts still going on in Santa Cruz. Very intense wind. Strangely, you know, if you go up to Half Moon Bay, it's not strong at all. Actually, if we go to our SAM cam, I can show you now there's no wind at all. But once this surface low moves through, it is going to get very strong, those winds. Hold on to your hat, it says. Means our sustained winds are 26 miles an hour. So we are getting some pretty intense wind gusts and sustained winds. I have not crop dusted lately, Alex. So yeah, we're just watching this storm. At the same time, we are using a live camera looking east. Sorry, the exposure is horrible. The clouds are brighter than they actually look. That's the darkest I can make the exposure, or the lowest exposure I can make it. Oh, that's always fun when I take a tour of the property. I don't intend to doing that, though. So velocities are 60 miles an hour. You see that area, that Vort max really fell apart once it moved on shore, but for a little while, it is very dangerous. It is very dangerous. Rare to get 2 severe thunderstorm warnings that are destructive, though. In California. Bet this is making some serious headlines, though. Hey, David, next El Nino video, can you cover potential California rain outlook? Well, Jordan Matthews, it is really far out in time when it comes to the rainfall outlook. I will start doing that in August when I do my winter outlooks, because a couple of you are asking, hey, are you going to do a winter outlook next year? We will see about that. Okay. I'm not quite sure yet. But I know some of you are excited. But as far as El Nino goes, I will be doing updates on El Nino every Monday. Every Monday when the Climate Prediction Center and NOAA release their PowerPoint discussion once a week on Monday. It is definitely windy outside, and it is about 60 degrees. It's lovely. It's like a hurricane, folks. No, I'm just kidding. It's not like a hurricane outside. This, though, however, looks like a hurricane. Could really get an idea just how heavy the rainfall is here. Hey, Brian Track Hurricanes, how are you doing, buddy? So if you guys are in California, you know what to expect here. Strong winds. I know a lot of you don't live in California. If you do live in California, let me know in chat. Dang, the lowest pressure could be at 4 o'clock this afternoon. According to the NAM model. Hello, David. It is raining in Ohlone, Illinois. Sorry if I'm lagging. I'm getting an excellent connection, so maybe it's your internet. See, this is the latest NAM, and it wants us to have stronger winds at 5 p.m. today. It's pretty much where the surface low actually is in relation. The HRRR has it much further north. Actually, it's kind of in a similar area in a way. Oh my gosh. Winds are really strong. In Pinnacle Ranch, gusts up to 45. Funny, the winds are offshore in Half Bay. There's no wind at all. I mean, look at this. The water is calm. It's flat. It's a nice day to be out on the beach. It's just crazy. You know, it almost looks like a hurricane. Everyone could agree with that in chat. It's not a named hurricane, but I can name it. Who wants to be named after this storm? Let me know in chat. Maybe I can name it after one of you guys. It's a mid-latitude cyclone. They get energy from the cold air instead of the warm water temps. Exactly, Keith. Oh no, I forgot. It's John. It's the John 54-2E storm is its name. Isn't it, John? Yeah, it's John 54 2E hurricane. Pressure has bottomed out. We'll see if it drops any lower. Think we're at the lowest it's going to probably get. Definitely low, though, to say the least. I mean, pretty significant. See what our winds are like at the Texas West, 36 gusts. So we have not gotten any stronger winds. Keeping an eye on the Diane Davis station, though. I'm going to keep an eye on Half Moon Bay closely. Nope, I gave it a name. It's the John 54 2E storm. He is strong. He's feeding off the nice warm waters. And this is where the center is right here. Really, really deep system. Gusts up to 50 miles an hour. Pescadero Ranch, 112 mile an hour wind gust. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a glitch. Of course it's a glitch. Fix your station. Station's inaccurate. 50 mile an hour winds in the Bay Area. Part of that surface low. It is right here in the Menlo Park area. Oh my gosh, 46 mile an hour wind in San Jose. Man, 67 mile an hour, 76 at Mount Umunhum. That is very strong wind. Very strong wind. Yeah, there's 50 to 60 mile an hour winds coming on shore here. I know someone in San Jose. Oh, boy, you gotta tell them to watch my stream. Because it's a strong system. It's definitely a strong system. It's a hurricane. It's Hurricane John. Mount Umunhum is a garbage dump. No, it's not. No, it's not. Oh, our velocities are strengthening on this. 76 mile an hour velocities. So this has some pretty, this is strengthening. This new low is strengthening. We can see it right here. Oh gosh, it is strengthening big time. Big time. Looks like Half Moon Bay is in trouble. Geez, this is crazy. We might lose our power. I'm afraid we're going to lose our electricity. Okay, winds might be starting to pick up a little bit of choppiness to the water right now. So winds are beginning to increase on the Half Moon Bay camera based on water conditions. Now up to 40 miles an hour in Stockton. Wind report 40. By the way, if you guys want to participate in the Weather Force server, consider doing so. There's a link in the description to the Discord server. I forgot to put it in the chat here. This is an unexpected-ish live stream. 59-mile-an-hour wind report in Palo Alto. So we're getting 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts in the Bay Area. See what our winds are going to be like this afternoon where I am at. 45. Ooh, 50 tonight. Wow. 50-mile-an-hour winds, perhaps. Very strong. 45 to 50 miles an hour. That's going to be exciting, but not so exciting. Lowest pressure recorded almost 29.31. Oh, yeah, 29.29 inches on my Davis console upstairs here. So pressure still dropping. And the velocities on this are strengthening. 80-mile-an-hour velocities on this. 80-mile-an-hour velocities on this. Wow, this thing is strong. Man, it's raining hard also in San Jose. Really raining hard. That's some strong wind. I'm here, Alex. I'm here. Can you guys not hear me? So weird to not have winds up there in Sacramento that are strong. Jeez, that was a strong gust. Ooh. Big time wind. Oh, this has already almost occluded Keith Evans. These winds are so strong now. All of a sudden, they picked back up. Gosh. Yeah, when I think of the coastal redwood trees across the way that the camera's looking at, Keith Evans, I always think of you. Because you have a lot of redwood trees up there. Man, that is some strong wind. $42. That was a 40. Dang, 42-mile-an-hour wind. I'm going back outside. I'm doing more footage. I will be back, you guys. I'm going to put back Doppler radar. I'm going to put back Doppler radar. Sorry about this. This is my job. Gotta do more footage. Gotta do more footage. Ooh, lightning strikes to my south. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I am leaving way too many times, and you guys are probably upset that I'm leaving way too many times. But yeah, I gotta get some wind footage. This system is definitely becoming dominant right here. Definitely dominant. There's the surface low. It is very deep. Very deep. Yep, look at the winds now. Very, very strong wind. Very strong wind. Look at this. Super strong wind. Just outside. That's where I took my... Whoa, that was strong. Boy, it's bad out there. It's getting there. Pressure's going up a little bit, so that might be some good news. Same time, maybe not either. Definitely windier, definitely strong. And it's part of this speed max that is rotating through our area. And it is very significant. Dang, San Francisco gusts up to 50 miles an hour from the east. Very strong wind. Look at the ripples on the water here. Let me make this smaller. Half Moon Bay camera getting crazy with its rough surf. Well, some ripples, but out there it's probably mainly a lot more choppier. Very, very strong winds. Can we storm chase? Not today. I need to get my license first, Alex. I've told you this many times. Very strong wind, though, right now. Really big. Big time winds. Gusts up to 51 in Pillar Point right now. 51 miles an hour. Very strong wind. It's kind of like a hurricane, yes. You can see the eye wall, partially formed eye wall. Have to keep an eye on this. Wow, 37 sustained winds now at gusts up to 47 in Stockton. 50 miles an hour in Stockton. Jeez. Very strong wind there. Very strong wind. Getting worse. We might lose our power. I'm going to keep an eye on the outage center. Man, look at all the power outages going on in Santa Cruz because of all the wind. Serious wind. Yeah, it's picking up here. We got sustained winds of 28 miles an hour now. Supposed to hit 34 by about 4 and 5 p.m., which could blow down a lot of trees. Man, it is nasty at the... That was a 41 mile an hour wind gust, too. .41 mile an hour wind gust. Man, that rain is coming down hard. Jeez, big wind gust. Sorry if I'm not talking a lot. Wind is here, and it's strong. .43 mile an hour wind gust. Dang, these winds are still increasing. According to RTMA data, that is... serious winds coming through my area right now. Gusts potentially over 50. And this is really strong system. Look at the waves on the... Man. Serious wave action. Very choppy. Take a look at that. You can literally see spray coming off the water too. My gosh. Really bad choppy waves. Wow. Really, really, really stormy. Really stormy. Really strong winds, though. 29-16, 29-15 inches. San Francisco. Surface flow is very strong, according to the Meso West station partners. Keep an eye on these weather stations. Conditions are very dangerous. Oh my gosh! Wind at Embarcadero is 70 miles an hour right now. 70-mile-an-hour wind report. Jeez. A wind gust up to 72 was reported there. Checking for any more serious wind gusts. 78 miles an hour in Los Gatos. Los Gatos wind, 71 miles an hour with a peak gust up to 81 miles an hour in Mission Peak, which is about 2,500 feet above the ground. 71 mile an hour wind gust with the peak gust earlier at 81 miles an hour. '81. Jeez. Very choppy waters, though. Right now on the Half Moon Bay camera. Man. Wind's very strong right now. I'm really watching the wind gusts. The pressure's down to 29.30 again. So it's dropped a little more. Wow. Very strong. Look, the white caps on the water here. White caps. serious winds. 74 at Oakland Airport. No way. No way, Keith Evans. 74. Are you kidding? Where are you seeing this? Oh, that's a max gust. That's the max gust earlier, though, but it's 56 right now on the... I'm not seeing... You know what? Let me see if it's on Mezzo. I gotta see this. Wow. So yeah, 73 earlier. Oh, that's like a minute ago. Oh yeah, that's like 7 minutes ago. A 73 mile an hour wind. That is confirmed. That's a recent wind gust up to 74 miles an hour. My gosh, dude. These winds. I'm telling you, it's pretty bad here right now. The wind is blowing pretty hard. I'm going to actually have to name one of the coastal redwoods after Keith Evans because he likes coastal redwoods. You could be this coastal redwood. Let me draw this on screen. If I can. Oh wait, it won't bleed through there. You're the second coastal redwood behind the first one, Keith Evans. Actually, no, you're the first one. You're the head one. You're in front of the other coastal redwood. You're the southernmost coastal redwood there in the live camera. Since you really love coastal redwoods, gotta name my trees after my viewers. You're moving quite a bit. Hopefully you don't fall, Keith Evans, because if you fall, you're going to land on some power lines. And that will be big trouble, because we'll be without power for a while if you fall. Yikes, these winds on the water, very choppy. Jeez Louise, these winds. Jeez. Man. Yeah, there are some dark clouds to the east. It could rain pretty hard if this surface low is able to bring some showers in around it and spin them up our way. Right now, the big deal is this wind. 61 degrees outside, by the way. It is warm. Oh my goodness. That wind. We're getting gusts up to 50 miles an hour on the Stockton station. Wow, this is some big time wind. Big time wind. So, latest radar really shows just how intense this system actually is. Very strong system. Raptor, yes, it's 74-mile-an-hour winds in Oakland. Raptor, what about where you live? Is it windy there right now? By the way, welcome to the stream, Raptor. Star 7. I want to know, is it windy in your area? Because, yeah, there's a lot of wind reports. Yup, 74-mile-an-hour wind gust in Oakland right now again. Another 74-mile-an-hour wind gust. Sustained at 45 miles an hour. Sustained. I know it's 35 sustained in Stockton. Not yet? It's not windy up there? Are you kidding me? It is not windy up there. That is crazy. It is so bad. The wind is ridiculous here. It doesn't look like it on camera, but we're getting sustained winds now of 29 miles an hour here. 10 minutes sustained, almost 30. And there are thunderstorms popping up over that area. I think it's opening up across the area. Not the surface slow, really. I forgot, Raptor, which city do you live in, if you don't mind me asking? Because if you're in the Lincoln area, yeah, you're not seeing any wind at all. Wait, yeah, in Golden Gate, it's offshore. Yeah, wind is blowing offshore in the Golden Gate. Yeah, it's coming offshore right now. Coming out of the easterly direction. Geez, sustained wind at 70 miles an hour at the Embarcadero in San Francisco. Ah, there it is again. Another 71-mile-an-hour wind, sustained over 40. Wind! Oh my goodness! Get this! Oh my gosh! Near the Yerba, I can't even say that. Yerba Buena Island. It's a weird term. West of Oakland, sustained wind at 77 miles an hour right now. 77 miles an hour. They have no severe thunderstorm warning for damaging winds. I am really surprised, because that is a very serious wind. $77 just west of Oakland right now. Holy moly, these are strong. I am really surprised they're not strong here like they could be. I was predicting like 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. They might still happen, though. 48-mile-an-hour wind gust in Half Moon Bay right now. Pressure 29.15 inches there. Pressure's very low. We're going to really have to watch to see where this eye wall moves through, because that is where we're seeing gusts probably in the 70s, even 80-mile-an-hour range, easily. There it is, 78-mile-an-hour wind at West Hornet Avenue. Look at these winds. That was just a 78. I witnessed it. 78. What's up, Tony H? Dude, the winds here are out of control. Not in my area, but in San Francisco, Oakland, 74-mile-an-hour wind gust report. There it is, 74 miles an hour. Dude, this thing is destructive. Wow. There's the main surface low right there. That's going to rotate and that's going to re-engage the winds a lot more. Oh yeah, for sure. Keith Evans. Verified wind gust. 74 is not a in question wind gust at all. That is actually confirmed on the U.S. Hornet. That is confirmed. That's a military weather station. That is verified. That is a verified 74 mile an hour wind gust. Because that's a Davis Vantage Pro weather station. Look at the winds now. They have shifted. They are now coming out of the east again. Look at this. They're coming out of the east again. In Half Moon Bay, they have shifted. That is so dang weird. They're changing direction. Man, Pillar Point Harbor, 2909 in the barometer. We got to really watch the barometer on that. That's falling very quickly right now. I'm surprised it hasn't fallen quickly here either at all. Man, I wish this thing was even stronger. Gosh, we got thunderstorms, strong thunderstorms. Yikes. This could be an interesting period here coming up. Yeah, we got thunderstorms. Man, look at that eye there. Look at that eye wall. Very strong eye wall. Reports of damage yet? I'm not sure. Fire Ant. I would have to check. Let me see if there's anything new. I don't see anything yet about that. Man, that is a defined eye wall right there. That eastern quadrant. It's a very well-defined eye wall. Man, look at the spray. Serious spray coming off the water over there. Look at the wind. The wind is dead. Much more dead than it was earlier. Look at this. The water's not even choppy anymore. That is so crazy. Wind just shifted. It's coming out of the east again because of that eye wall. This might be intensifying. I bet you that's why winds are being pulled in. Something's trying to happen. Wow. That is a very intense system. Oakland only gusts him to 40 now. Only up to 40 mile an hour winds in Oakland. Earlier it was just 70 miles an hour. It's only gusting up to 25 in San Jose. That's crazy. That is so crazy. Yeah, our winds are definitely a lot calmer here now. They're still gusting, but not as strong as they were before. By the way, today, this has interrupted my typical upload on the weather. So if you guys are wondering, is David going to make a video today? I am not. This replaced it. So you'll have to wait until tomorrow for me to make a video. I'm so sorry. This has interrupted your normal scheduled programming. Wow. Okay, winds are picking up megally. Big time wind increase now. Ah, that is so... Look at the spray coming off the water. We're witnessing a huge increase in wind. Huge increase. Yes, I do. That is true, Keith Evans. Lower the pressure, stronger the gradient, the stronger the winds are. Yeah, I was hoping winds would be very strong here. All the models were pointing to it. I guess the gradient is not as deep as what we first thought. Oh, yeah. Look, the wind increase. Big wind increase over Half Moon Bay again. There is spray coming off the water. This is more of a east-southeast wind is what we're seeing right now. Big wind speed increase. Tell by the water. Oh, there's spray. You got spray going on. There is spray. Look at that. Serious spray going on. Wow, serious spray. Look at this. Big spray. Look at that. Right there. Winds got strong again here. Look at the spray coming off the water. Combined with that with a little bit of rain. There is definitely spray. This wind is really insane. Yeah, we're probably going to lose power. I'm just warning you guys, if my stream goes out, either I lost internet or I lost power. Just a heads up. That is a possibility. Man, that wind is pretty furious. In Half Moon Bay. Still 62 at the Hornet Museum Station. Peak gust up to 78 miles an hour there. Now winds are picking up here. What's up, Kelly Madison? How are you? Welcome to the stream. It's an honor that you're here. We're tracking a pretty serious storm system in California. That is a intense eye wall. Winds have definitely picked up here again. A lot more noisier than it was. Oh boy. We have modest clouds over my area. which indicate that there is some thunderstorm activity to my west and some to my south, and that's rotating all our way, my way. I'm not faking anything. I'm giving official info. Tyler. Pressure has not dropped anymore. I am not faking anything. All right, Tyler, I know what to do. Thank you, though. Thank you. I appreciate it. How's the weather for your area, Tyler? How's it in your area? Jeez, winds are strong again. Big time. Gosh, these winds are something else. To me, what you're seeing is a normal day for me. So that means a lot of rain and wind. Well, you're common to see winds over 30 there anyways. You're in the high plains, that's to be expected. But here in California, we only get winds that you get during big storms like this one. And the eye wall is now making its way on Half Moon Bay right now, where the rain and the wind is just furious. "60-mile-an-hour wind gust on the Half Moon Bay station." I know it's hard to see, you guys, but look closely. 60.4 miles an hour and a sustained wind of almost 50 miles an hour. There it is again, 48, gusting to 54 right now. Pressure 2905. Pressure is still falling there. Could it get down into the 28-inch range? Yeah. What you're looking at is you're looking east at 2 coastal redwoods. So, yeah. The other vorticity maximum, the other area of road spin, has already kind of been absorbed. within the main surface low that is moving over Half Moon Bay right now. And this is the station that we're going to really have to pay attention to. Because it's 2004 now. Pressure really falling quick. Really falling quick. 2904 on the barometric pressure. It's a very, very... That pressure is very low. This is pretty exciting to see us get a system like this. It's gusting up to 48 miles an hour at Pillar Point. See if that gets lower. Ooh, 57 at Pillar Point again. Dang, winds actually came back up again. They were at 22 earlier, now they're up to 28 again. 10-minute average wind. Is our barometer going to fall again? Going to fall even further? Big, intense eye wall, though. Look at the eye wall here. Not particularly as strong as the first one when it went through Santa Cruz, but still really intense winds. David, we are... What's up, Theodore Johnson? You can see the surface low right here, and now it's spinning its way on Half Moon Bay. Probably why winds are locally out of the east there. Once that moves through, winds will turn out of the southwest. Pillar Point Harbor, 2902 inches. Almost 28 inches of air pressure. That is very low. That is extremely low. But how's everyone doing? How's everyone enjoying the stream? Our barometer's going up. Unfortunately. It never got down. Got down at 29.29. on the console up here, but not officially downstairs. However, according to my Davis, or according to my iPad, because I have a pressure sensor, air pressure is 29.29 inches. That's probably more correct because on the Stockton weather station, it is about 29.29, 29.30-ish inches. So that's about right. That's really low. So we're going to watch 2901 on the Pillar Point Harbor station. Really low. Look at the wind on that station, on that camera. You could barely see Pillar Point over here. My gosh. It's not raining very hard there on that camera either. So that's a lot of spray of some sort. Oh my goodness. Lot of white caps. Look at this. Lot of white caps. Look at it. It's like fog. It is so windy there. Look at the spray. Serious spray going on. It is literally foggy there, but it's not foggy. That is... Those weather conditions at Half Moon Bay are really bad. I have not checked the models today, Tyler. Burback on that one. Last time I checked, I'm going with mainly a damaging wind threat, maybe a 2 to 5% chance of tornadoes. But again, I'll have to look over the models again on that. Actually, I can look at that really quick. I think it's just going to be a damaging wind threat, honestly, Tyler Burbeck. Yeah, I really think it's going to be a damaging wind threat more than a tornado threat, honestly, based on the GFS. Euro has a similar agreement on that. I really don't see this being a big tornado threat. Fortunately. And then we get hit again with another storm system on Tuesday next week. And it looks like that will be it with the active weather. That will end March out on a wet note. And, did we lose our cameras? And we did. Cameras are out at the Sam's. "62, 63 mile-an-hour wind gust. 63 at the Pillar Point Harbor Station. Yep. We have lost the cameras at Half Moon Bay. 72 miles an hour. 72 mile-an-hour wind. 64 on Pillar Point. 28.98 inches. 28.98 inches. Look at this. Wind, 66 miles an hour. Wind gusts. Serious wind gusts. Oh my gosh. I wish I lived there. I would be definitely able to live stream on this. Get some serious wind gusts. What's up, Chase McLean? How are you? 66 miles an hour. No live images. Camera is out. I wish we can see it. "64 miles an hour. 28.97 inches. Look at the pressure on this. So the surface low must be right here somewhere. Or must be out here. Strongest winds are hitting Half Moon Bay right now. Ooh, that is destructive. 70 again. 69.6. You round up the 6. Technically, it's 69, 70 miles an hour. 73 miles an hour. Look at these winds in Pillar Point. "74. It's a wind gust of 74, sustained at 63. Man, that pressure. 28.97. I was always wondering if they name storms like this. I don't think they're naming this one. Definitely not. Oh, look at these winds. Look at serious spray going on. Okay, we got our camera back up. Oh my goodness. You can see some of the spray in the distance. Oh, wow. It's not a hurricane, folks. It's not a hurricane. It looks like one on radar. It looks like one, but it is not a hurricane. It is not a hurricane. But, geez, those winds. Gosh, that is some serious, serious winds that Half Moon Bay is encountering. I think there is some storm surge, minor storm surge. I don't think there's any storm. It looks almost like there might be some minor storm surge because these piers, there's some washover, but it doesn't looks like the waves are calming down a little bit. It's still gusting, but look at the shift in the winds though. So Half Moon Bay had a peak gust up to 74.3 miles an hour. The barometer's still dropping though. So it's worth watching. As long as that barometer is dropping, the surface low might have just moved to the north or to the west. Oh, I wish I got that here. I wanted to see a 74 mile an hour wind gust, honestly. How many people without power now? Let's take a look. There's quite a few in Santa Cruz. And it's all due to the weather. Wow, Tracy to the south is without power due to the weather, due to the strong winds. This doesn't give me how many people are without power, but it tells me which people are without power. Yeah, winds are subsiding a lot now over Half Moon Bay. They are not as strong as they were. There's still some white caps, but nothing like it was earlier. Nothing like it was earlier. So that wind speed max went over Half Moon Bay on the airport there, gusts up to 56, 39 in San Francisco. Oakland, let's see here, 41 mile an hour wind in Oakland. We'll have to see, though, if this second Vort Max holds together. It might bring a second speed max over the Bay Area. $28.96 in Pillar Point. Oh, up to 59 again. Gonna have to keep an eye on this speed max. So 28.97 is 981 millibars. If it gets down to 29.95, 28.95, that would be 980 millibars. $28.97. That's a pretty sharp drop in pressure. If you guys are curious what I'm covering, this system right here, there is the center. And see where the center is? Went right over Half Moon Bay, right off the coast. I don't want one, Tony H, but thank you for the offer. Thank you for the offer. Pressure has dropped a little bit more. Could it drop again? Could we get a second minimum? Shall wait. 2896 though. Almost down to 980 millibars. And there it is. There's a surface low. Right off the coast of Half Moon Bay. You can see it spin. This thing really intensified. Man, my ears got plugged up suddenly. Probably a brief pressure drop there. Winds have picked up a little bit more, though. I'm not going deaf, Tyler. Looks like there's that secondary surface low. See it rotating around and being captured. Might be right here. So the overall binary center is still offshore of Half Moon Bay. Dang, these winds really got strong again. Pillar Point Harbor up to 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts again. How are the wind speeds? You're asking, Tony? They're about 25 miles an hour now. They're fluctuating. I've yet to get 50-plus mile-an-hour wind gusts. Dang. It is really windy, though. It is certainly windy. $28.95 down to 980 millibars at Pillar Point right now. $28.95 at Pillar Point Harbor in Half Moon Bay. Gosh, how low is it going to get? How low is it going to get? I'm all right, Alex, yes. 29:31 here. Or, nope, 29:30 now. So we have had a notable drop in pressure. Oh, yeah. There's going to be some big time snow totals. Not so much in the Sierra, though, because the way the flow is. Mainly in Southern California and the Southern Sierras. But look at this system. I mean, there's... You gotta say that is definitely organized. I mean, look at this. David, you need to fly into the storm in flight simulator. Oh, I should have thought about that. It's probably going to lag really bad, though, on YouTube because the internet. That is a very intense, heavy rain band. Really intense. How are you enjoying the stream, Tyler? Ooh. 29:32.8. Lowest pressure so far on this stream. 29.325. So we have had another notable drop in pressure a little bit. Is 29:34, now it's 29:32. So pressure has fallen a little bit more. $55, almost 60 mile an hour wind gusts in Half Moon Bay. Moves northeast. Stockton will get 60 mile an hour wind gusts this afternoon. Well, it's going to fill in too, Keith Evans. That's the thing that the models are having a hard time with, is how it's going to all evolve. Right now, the 21Z, let's see what the 21Z model shows. It does keep us windy through the next 45 minutes with winds nearing 30 miles an hour. But it looks like that low will move up the coast and make landfall just northwest of San Francisco. Surprised the HRRR does not have 980 millibars. The NAM doesn't even indicate that either. So it's very hard to tell exactly how this is all going to evolve. It looks like it's moving north and it's going to parallel or maybe get a little closer than what we thought. Maybe somewhere in San Francisco is where this exact center will move on shore. Winds are at 60 miles an hour in Half Moon Bay, though. Winds are shifting based on waves. Starting to see more southerlies kick up. Pressure has not gone up, though. Or it did go up 1/100th of an inch. It was at 28.95, where it bottomed out at. Yeah, 28.95 was the lowest. So if it starts going up, then we know the backside of the low is moving through. What's up, Rainbow Obsidian? Is a hurricane gonna form? Not necessarily. Did I say there was a hurricane? It looks like a hurricane, but it's not declared a hurricane. Man, that wind. What's up, Kevin Elgario? How are you doing? No information on New York. We're talking about the storm in California. The big beast. What's the cyclone name? John 54 2E. One of my YouTube viewers. It's almost a made-up name. It's actually not an official name. This is just classified as a very strong storm. I'm wondering if the National Weather Service Ooh, that was strong. Dang. Holy moly. Wow, that wind really came up. That wind just came up with a ton of bricks. That's another 41-mile-an-hour wind gust. I'm going to be back, you guys. I am going out and I'm going to take some video. I am back. Sorry about that. What's up, Lego Train? Did some footage out there. It's pretty bad. "41-mile-an-hour wind gusts remain." Oh yeah, so the backside of the storm is now moving through Half Moon Bay right now. Pressure's going up rapidly, so that's a good sign that the backside of the storm has went through. And there it is. Pressure has gone up. Pressure has gone up. But some pretty intense rainfall coming through the area right now. Huge rainfall rates. I'm really surprised. That any more serious warnings were issued. So looks like we might be getting a landfall very soon here with that surface low. Our barometer did drop a little bit more. Still 50, 60 mile an hour winds. And across the Bay Area. Your birthday's in March? When in March, Lego Train? What day in March? I'm just curious. Another 53 at Oakland Airport again. .29 inches on my barometer. I am drinking water. Yes, I am, Alex. So it looks like winds are now headed towards the camera, so our waves, definitely a whole different story here. Yeah, clouds are moving toward the camera now. So the whole flow has changed with this surface low. With southwesterly winds. But boy, some really intense rainfall rates. San Francisco gusting up to 62 miles an hour with their winds from the southeast. Very strong surface low. What's up, Pope Adrian VII? How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. 31st of March. Wow, the last day of March. That's awesome. So your birthday is going to be on a Friday. A week from this Friday is your birthday. How old are you going to be? Sorry to ask. I shouldn't ask that on stream, but I'm always wondering. 31.9. Oh, wait. 29.319 on the barometer. Wow, this is some really low pressure. That is crazy. Air pressure 991 millibars. Really low. 25, nice. You'll be 25, that's great to hear. Happy early 25th birthday. I think on your birthday, we're supposed to get more rain here. Man, this wind. Almost on your birthday, we're going to get rain. Should be dry on your birthday here in California. Ooh, there's some sun breaks in Half Moon Bay. So, yeah. Very intense rain band. It'd be interesting to see where these clouds, what happens to these clouds in an hour, which way they'll be coming from. Coming from the west right now, though. Look at this. Wind is coming out of the west-northwest in Half Moon Bay. Dang these winds. Ooh, these winds are really strong. Dude, we're going to lose our power. We are going to lose our power. We are averaging at 32-mile-an-hour sustained winds in a 10-minute period, with wind gusts already still up to about 42 miles an hour. Boy, I am sorry about that. I'm doing a lot of filming. This is almost making landfall right now, so I'll probably end this in a few minutes, probably. Um, I've been live for about 3 hours. Worst of the system is now onshore, with gusts that still look to reach between 40 and 50 miles an hour, but the worst of it is now onshore. Very intense rain band, though, still moving across the Hayward and Fremont area. It's really been raining hard there. Pretty intense rainfall rates. In some areas, half an inch of rain has fallen in the last hour, with storm total precipitation up and over almost 2 inches. Quite a bit of moisture associated with this. Oh, nice, Lego Train 489. So your family member works on the battleship, worked in the boiler room of the ship. By the way, the ship name is the USS Texas. Nice. So winds in Pillar Point have really backed off a lot. Actually, my barometer is actually down at 29.27. That's strange. On my console upstairs, it's down to 29.31 inches. It is going up now quickly. So I think the surface flow is beginning to fill in. Definitely looks like it's starting to definitely fill in. As it has made landfall officially in San Francisco, where the low-level circulation is being inundating, or is now being inundated. Right over here is where I think it has made landfall. Still a very strong system. 67 to 70 mile an hour winds in the higher elevations. $72-mile-an-hour winds in the higher elevations. Anything else you guys need to ask me before I head off? Anything else you guys need to ask me at all? Barometer. I said barometer. It's air pressure. That's what it stands for. It stands for air pressure. Okay, anything you guys need to ask me before I head off? No, it's not raining. Hasn't even rained at all throughout the entire live stream. Please don't leave us. I need to eat. I haven't ate anything at all today. And, the system is weakening already. It's in the process of weakening. There's going to be a storm in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Thursday and Friday. Yes. I will be updating you all on that storm tomorrow. I know there's a lot of questions. I'm sure everyone's curious about that. I will update you all tomorrow afternoon at my regular upload time. No live stream is necessary tomorrow. There is a slight risk for severe weather on day 3, but otherwise, Actually, it could be driven by, it's going to be driven likely by large hail and strong winds. And then, of course, there's a day 4 slight risk. Or day 4 slight risk. That is. Okay. I'm not sure yet. By the way, before I do end it, though, if you guys want to participate in the Discord server, there is a link. Please participate in the Weather Force Discord server. Actually, let me see if I can get the link for that, and then I can send it in chat if you all are interested. If you want to participate in that, if you haven't already, I would recommend doing so. So, yeah. Well, anyways, thank you all for tuning in. It was an honor for you guys to participate in this live stream. I will have a video out tomorrow on the storms that are anticipated for the middle to the end of the week. There's a lot going on with that, so I'll keep you guys updated. More on that crazy weather pattern coming up for Thursday and for Thursday, Friday, and even maybe Saturday. Yes, it's wild weather pattern is here to stay for a while. All right, but thank you guys for tuning in. Take care, and I don't have much more to add other than please be safe out there if you are in the path of this pretty intense storm system.